I see a lot of people actually going about talking about real world assets, and one of the real world assets that a lot of people actually go about talking of is ability to build some web applications that a lot of people can actually use to either make purchases, either do some certain things around real estate. So I chose a niche, and one of the niche that I actually had to choose was with blockchain insurance. Now, I see a lot of people, they build a lot of things around fintech, they build a lot of things around some kind of very funny projects. I'm not really saying my own project is ultimate, but my own project tends to solve a particular problem around protection. Now, what am I talking about protection? A house can actually get burnt. You don't have insurance, you get to lose that house. Your car can actually have problems. You don't have insurance, you get to, 100% lose that particular car. Your travel insurance, I mean, when you get to travel and you don't, how am I going to explain this stuff? Now, in the process, your flight is actually delayed or some particular reason, you get to get paid, right? In the process of maybe in sustenance of an injury of some sort, you get to get paid. So how do you actually get to do that? You're under a coverage, you're under insurance. So I present to you my InsurFi. I'm the CEO and the co-founder of MyInsurFi. Is actually a blockchain decentralized insurance, like as you can see looking at it in front of your screen, and it's something that has to do with protection of individuals. Now I'm going to be doing some certain things about a live presentation, and the work is done, but I'm just going to be showing us um, a video explaining the end thought process of everything. And when am I talking about the thought process? I'm talking about something that has to do with the flow of how everything is, starting from the initiation of the process, the policies, the way you can actually, go about browsing your policy and getting approved and everything. So I'm just gonna educate us on how the entire process gets to work. I'm just gonna also be showing us the admin portal, how we can actually approve some policies and everything that has to go with it. So I start by connecting to my wallet. As you can actually see, several wallets has actually been connected, and I still looking at the way to actually go about what introducing more wallets. I've been talking to Cadena as well as some other blockchains, so we can have them enrolled into the particular system. So you don't need to start opening, will I say, a new blockchain account, a new blockchain profile, sorry, and using the system, you just get to use whatever that you actually have together with the application, and everything is actually just going to flow. So today I'm not going to be showing a couple of things with Polkadot because I don't really have enough tokens on Polkadot. So what I do have is on MetaMask. Now, MetaMask is actually one of the go to for nearly everybody that actually has, will I say, that actually is doing some certain things around crypto. So since I've got that, I decided to use MetaMask in this particular video production so as to show us the flow from the beginning to the very end. I'm just going to be demonstrating some certain things around the house insurance, and with time, I'm looking to actually integrate the health insurance as well as other forms of protection that we will um, be demonstrating in the long run. But for going forward, we're going to be doing some certain things with the house insurance today. So I'm just going to be selecting my MetaMask. Now, why everything is logging me in without problems is because I've actually done some certain tests around, but notwithstanding, I'm still going to show us so that we could actually see everything for ourselves how it gets to work. So I'm saying we've got the house and home insurance, we've got the car insurance, we've got the travel insurance. Now, what I'm just going to be doing right here is to be giving us a demonstration about how everything from the end process, you know, um, how everything gets to work and stuff. So I'm selecting the house insurance, so he gets to do the formal calculation for us. We don't need to start doing some certain things in the long run. Now, the house insurance, um, it has done its own calculations from the endpoints and everything that is actually been given to us. So then just the what do we get to do is not really, we don't need to start doing it. The system automatically does the calculation and tells us whatever that is involved is the cost. Now, the total premium is what we get to pay, right? And when we are paying it is the equivalent in Ethereum, because I'm actually using Ethereum. And if I'm actually going the route of using Ethereum, it does every formal calculation in Ethereum. So if I'm actually using Polkadot, it does every form of calculation for me in dot, you know, that kind of stuff. So I don't need to start doing any proper calculation. And no, I don't need to do that. It does everything for me by itself. So just go ahead and select the maybe if it's a family home or if it's an apartment, I go ahead and select an apartment. So I select when it was actually built. So let's say it was built in the year 2009, and I'm just gonna select my house. So it selected the house for me. Then I'm going to put my name. I already have most of the information actually filled, so I don't get to start filling the information anymore. It's been, in my browser, so I just get to do some little finishing touches and we call it a day. So I just go ahead and proceed to payment. So now it has actually created the quotes, everything, the policy summary, everything that I need to be, kind of doing. It doesn't really have to give me the stress that much. So I just go ahead and put my email again. So in this particular place, it is where it gets to send me my quotation, everything about the house insurance policy, everything that is actually centered around the insurance policy for the house. It gets to send me everything this particular email at this particular point in time. So I go ahead and say I'm paying through Ethereum, like I told us here. So I get to bring out the MetaMask so that we can see whatever kind of payment that we're actually paying in this light. So it just calculated the network fee, it just calculated the gas fees, it has actually told me everything that I'm going to be paying. So forget about this request. With time, I'm just going to figure a way out how to do these particular requests so that it doesn't really give me problems in the long run. So I'm confirming everything. So if I'm actually okay with the pricing and everything, I just go ahead and click confirm. So it's creating the policy, and yes, the policy has been formally created. So it has told me everything is actually good and the payment has actually been received. So in order to ensure that the payment has actually been received properly, I will go ahead and check my email, and let's give it some time to see uh if it has actually been delivered to our email box. It usually takes some time. I mean, the policy will take some little bit of time. So it's one of those things when you get to use the SMTP, and the SMTP is actually a little causing a little bit of delay, but notwithstanding, we should have the insurance policy delivered to us in no distant time. So I could just okay. I think we have it here. Yes. So as you can see, the policy has actually been sent over to our email. So it tells us, congratulations, your insurance is now active. So I've got an active house insurance, home insurance, sorry, you know, and everything's actually been sent to my email. And it says a complete policy document is attached to this email in the PDF. So I would just want to go ahead and just preview it so that we can actually see, okay, if everything is actually in good light. And as you can see, the policy has actually been forwarded to my email. Everything about the house insurance policy. It tells me that my insurance is actually a lot active, and it tells me everything about the property, the policy holder. It tells me everything about it. So I might just go back and I want to see the entire policy. that I currently have. Okay, so I could just preview it because I want to see everything relating to it. So it shows me everything about the house. It tells me everything that I about the entire policy, everything about it. The entire process is actually still in development, so there are certain things that might seem like it's a bit of a discrepancy nonetheless. But whatever, it's something that I'm trying to fix, and in no distant time, we could have everything actually fixed. But I just decided to do a little bit of demo so that we could see the thought process and everything, the way it actually flows from the beginning to the very end, so we could just see it. So I want to redeem a policy. So for instance, I want to make a claim. For instance, one of my entire houses, maybe has an issue, and if it really's got that particular issue, I want to submit a claim and explain to the customer service that yes, this particular house has got something like a little bit of an issue, and it's not just that it's got some issues here. I want to explain everything. So I'm trying to redeem the particular claim, and everything about the claim. So I'm gonna go ahead and select the home insurance. So it's about the seven home insurance. Don't mind this; it's just a little bit of a chunk. Just go ahead and fix it. So the date, I'm selecting today's date as the incident date. So I'm claiming about, let's say, $100,000. Sorry, it's $1 million. 100. So detailed description. So my house got burnt. So I am applying for insurance. So that's about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and download this insurance policy because yeah, it's been asked, you know, for me to actually upload that particular insurance policy. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the desktop and say it's in home insurance. Just kind of, I want to give it something that I could use to actually know the particular document. So it should save to the desktop right here. So we'll go ahead and choose the file. So whatever that actually happens, I'm gonna be moving it from the flow, from the application down to the uh, to the admin, so that we could get to see everything that is actually, you know, we've been working on for some time. So I'm gonna scroll down because I saved it to my desktop. I'm gonna go click this. So it's attaching. So yeah, I got everything actually attached. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit the claim. So if I've submitted that particular claim, so it tells me that the claim has been submitted and is being reviewed. Okay. So um, as you can actually see in this particular place, it's showing pending. So it tells me the particular amount that I'm actually putting out for a claim and everything that I'm just gonna be requiring from MyInsurFi. So this particular stuff is showing pending right here. So I'm gonna go ahead to the admin so that I could really explain to us about the entire thought process in the admin side right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect right now. So now let's behave like we're the admin here. So if I just go ahead and say yikes, I'm gonna log in as the admin. So yeah. So it tells us the total number of users are 4 users. I got one active policy and I got 8 total claims, and it explains everything, the platform statistics. So as you can actually see right here, it, it gives us the update. So it tells me the new insurance claim has actually been submitted. Yeah. So Forget about the loading. I actually had to make it to load like every couple of say 5 seconds or 10 seconds, so it gets to load all the time to update. And so if there's any new information, it gets to update without us having to start running around and stuff. So everything here is actually connected to several users. So it tells us, and don't worry about it. It's something that I'm gonna have to fix. Like I said, it's just some minor adjustments on the back end endpoints. So these are just the minor things that I just have to fix. But I just wanted to do this particular demo so that we could see the entire thought process as for everything. So somebody has actually submitted a claim. So I'll go ahead and click the policy so that we could see different policies that people have actually put out. So so this is the page one, the page two. I actually had to do a lot of things around the paginations and stuff. But so let's just go ahead and see the claim. Somebody has put out a claim for his house for $100,000. So he says my house got burnt, so I'm applying for insurance. So this was what we actually submitted, and the payout is pending. So I will just go ahead and say a few details so we could just see everything. So this is how the entire claim actually comes out in the front of the person that is going to be approving whatever that the user has actually put out. So it's just I'm gonna go ahead and actually have to approve this particular claim, or I might want to reject the claim. But no, for this particular example, the approve and the reject claim actually works. But for this particular example, I'm just go ahead and approve the claim. So it says the claim has actually been approved successfully. So everything that I actually see here, as you can see, I actually did a reject and it worked. So everything actually works in this light. So the claim has actually been approved. So the user can actually start initiating talks about payouts and how he intends to get paid. Probably maybe he may want to get paid through crypto, or maybe these maybe through bank transfers or whatever. It's actually up to him, right? So it's up to him to talk about how he intends to get paid. So we'll go to the messages. So different people has actually been putting out messages out for us to see. As you can see, some people got their stuff unresolved. So if we go ahead and click open, let's just show you some stuff. So I click this one open. Okay, it's open, and I feel I could just say this subject is now closed just for testing sake. So I go ahead and submit the response that it's been actually resolved and stuff. So as you can see, the admin has actually responded and said the subject is now closed. So just go ahead and click here, and I go ahead and close it. As you can see, everything is actually being set up to close. So if we go back down, you can see everything here exactly it gets to work. So it's closed. So let's get back to being a user so that we could just see if the process has actually been approved for us, and we can actually send a message to the admin to see if the admin is gonna respond and stuff. So that's where I'm just gonna be wrapping up. Every other thing gets to work, but for the video, I just wanted to make a short video to show us some certain things. But everything there, the entire endpoints for the full backend, everything is actually working. So um, I just wanted to show us what's up with um, what we put out. As you can see, the claim has actually been successfully approved. The status is actually changed from pending to approved. So everything is actually good here. So as you can see, the approved claim is $100,000. So I mean, we just got $100,000 richer. So that's out for that. So I'll go ahead now and do say I want to send a message to the admin, for instance. So I put it on high priority and say I'm expecting my payout. Everybody likes money these days, so I'm expecting my payout. And I say, when am I getting paid? When am I getting paid? So I go ahead and send the message. So the message has actually been sent successfully. So we're gonna log back in as the admin to see if we're gonna respond to this particular message, and if the user is gonna see this particular message, and I mean just call him a day from there. So okay, so I say admin login, and I log back in as the admin. So let's go to messages. So as you can see, Jane Doe is actually asking out when she gonna get paid because she kind of needs some money, right? Because I mean, um, it's just this is just a little bit of the demonstration, showing us the flow, how we can actually send messages, responding to messages, everything in that direction and stuff. So I could just say, please send your preferred method of payment to us. Do you understand? So I just want to just show us the responding functionality, reply functionality to be sure if it really works. So yeah. So as you can see, it shows in progress. The status has actually been changed from whatever to in progress. So it shows that yeah, there's been a response somehow. All right. So let me just log back in as the user so that I could really show us the message. So let's see if the message actually came to the user here. So yeah. So as you can see, the response MyInsurFi support is actually saying, please send in your preferred method of payment. So as you can see, everything gets to work from the beginning to the very end. So I could go ahead and just say, okay, pay to my bank account, or just whatever, pay to my bank account. But why I'm actually initiating this is I'm just trying to show us the entire thought process. This is just a demonstration to show us that the back end as well as the front end are doing the intercommunication. Probably everything is actually in good light. I've actually done the payment and I'm actually doing the response. I'm actually showing everything from the claims and everything so that we could actually see um, everything. I will go ahead and show us the policies, the claims, everything so that we could go ahead and see um, the things the people has actually put out and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do next as the admin. So this is it. I'm just gonna wrap it up here with the message. So I'm saying pay to my bank account, and I'm giving a response. So the reply is actually being sent successfully. So as you can actually see, it's creating something like a thread, and I just go ahead here. Sorry, and I'm gonna log it back in as the admin here. So yeah. So as you can see, let's go ahead. It says two responses. As you can see, the thread is actually here. So it says pay to my bank account. So what am I trying to explain to us? The thread, everything is actually in good light. The back end is actually intercommunicating with the front end, and everything is actually good. So I would just go ahead and just say payment complete, payment process complete. Let's just assume everything has actually been complete. So just say payment process complete. Thank you for doing business with us. And I'll just go ahead and submit the response as the admin here. Yeah. So I mean, I don't need to start showing back the flow of the message and all the stuff because everything's actually in good form. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say resolve, and the status actually changes to resolved. So I will talk about the policies. Let's go ahead and see what policy people has actually been putting out. So yeah, I would just say view the details. As you can actually see, this is the policy that people kind of put out here earlier. So that's about it. So so that's about it. The remaining things are stuff that actually pulls from the database to talk about the revenue trend, the way money actually comes in and stuff. The reports, the same thing. It's just endpoints into communicate, doing communications around, um, just remaining things are just pulling information here and there, doing display and stuff. So yeah, that's about it for what we have in MyInsurFi, and that's what we just wanted to show. A little bit of the demo to explain to everybody what we're currently working on, how far we've actually gone, and everything is just remaining to be a complete wrap up. So thank you very much for sitting down and just, you know, help being there for us with the demo. Thank you so much.